Hey everybody, and welcome back to yet another video on this channel. My name is Silly Billy, but you can call me Billy. In this video, I will be ranking the different special gifts from Disney's Encanto. See? Told you I wasn't going to do just total drama content. For the people who are new to my channel, which I expect will be quite a few of you, welcome! I just finished my first ever project on my YouTube channel, which was a deep dive review into the different seasons of the Canadian cartoon series Total Drama. If you happen to be interested in that show too, make sure you give those a watch too. But enough about all that for now. Let's talk about Encanto! Oh, but real quick, this video contains spoilers for Encanto. This feels like something obvious, but I'm gonna state it anyway. The blame is off my back now, guys. Watch at your own risk. Encanto is Disney's 2021 hit animation movie, spawning an immediate fanbase, reaching #1 on YouTube with one of its best songs in ages, and becoming the second highest grossing animation movie of 2021, only surpassed by Sing 2. Oh, Sing 2 was #1? I guess we're still feeling the effects of that little issue going around in the world right now. The story follows the family Madrigal, who live in an enchanted house in a little Colombian town. Each of the Madrigal children and grandchildren have a unique gift with which they help the people of their town. The only exception to this is the youngest granddaughter Mirabel. No, not the helping part, the special gift part. For some unexplained reason, the magic that has blessed the family for all these years decides to do a little trolling by not granting Mirabel with a gift nor an accompanying room. This leads to Mirabel feeling left out, which isn't helped by Abuela always pushing on her and making Mirabel feel insecure and useless. When the youngest grandchild Antonio receives his gift, Mirabel discovers that the house is crumbling apart, and she makes it her mission to find out why the magic is fading and how to stop it. And well, she kind of fails, but they eventually realize that Mirabel was a sign that the Madrigals don't need special gifts to be special. Abuela and Mirabel finally understand and accept each other, they rebuild the house, the magic returns, and Mirabel finally gets her own door. But who cares? Superpowers are way cooler! As I was watching this movie, I noticed how some of the Madrigal gifts are a lot more useful than others. And some gifts have great setbacks, while others are just all rainbow and sunshine. So I started wondering, which gift would be the most useful in real life? Okay, a few general rules before I begin. As you've gathered by now, some of the Madrigal family members are not blessed with a special gift. As such, I won't cover them in this video either. We will only be looking at the 8 characters that do have a magical gift. By this definition, I also won't take into account the Casita, which does have special powers, but isn't exactly a character. It's not human, at least. The characters I will be talking about are Pepa, Dolores, Camilo, Antonio, Julieta, Isabela, Luisa, and Bruno. Okay, I've tried to pronounce that string of names 10 times now already, and every time I start out at English and then it ends in one big Spanish-Italian soup. So I thought, you know what, let's just go with it then. It rolls off the tongue so marvelously anyway. I'll be looking at each of their gifts as they are presented in the movie. However, I will rate them based on all the applications that their gifts may have. This includes the general benefits that their gift could have for the worldwide population, as well as for the family itself. I will also be taking into consideration the general setbacks their ability seems to have for their personal lives. The only thing I won't be taking into consideration are the repercussions that their gifts could have for personal abuse or military tactics and warfare. I won't mention anything about what a great infiltrant Camilo would make, or how Luisa could probably take down an entire army on her own. We want to do good with these gifts, not wipe out half the world. Okay, before I manage to turn even this into another 45-minute review, let's get right into it with the worst power of the bunch. The number 8 spot for worst gift unfortunately goes to the boy every girl is now swooning over, Camilo. To clear something up, I think Camilo has a super cool gift. It looks tremendously fun. Not to mention that the animation of his transitions is smooth as butter. From what we know from him in the movie, Camilo can shapeshift into any other human. He does keep his own voice as well as his own strength. So, for example, if he shapeshifts into Luisa, he can suddenly lift a truck into the air. In the movie, Camilo uses his gift to fall in for other people, such as when he's pretending to be this kid's dad so the mother can take a break. Or in this scene where he transfers into so he can match Jose in height. The first thing that came to mind is that this guy would thrive in the entertainment industry. He could be a great actor or even a magnificent stand-up comedian. Heck, can you imagine him becoming a mascot? He would be the best lookalike ever. But other than that, how useful is his gift really? I mean, it's super fun, but it's not going to save or improve lives, right? I could see him be a celebrity doppelganger or maybe even a bodyguard for the president, but that's about as far as his potential is concerned. So, despite the fact that I think Camilo has one of the coolest gifts of the movie, I also think it's the least useful one, objectively speaking. For the next in our ranking, we can stay at Camilo's side of the family, as in number 7 we find his sister Dolores. Dolores is a great supporting character to this movie's cast. She has some genuinely great moments in the movie despite rarely appearing in the spotlight. Especially the dinner table scene was just hilariously good fun. Dolores' special gift is that she has increased hearing abilities. It isn't exactly clear how far she's able to hear, but she's perfectly capable of hearing what Isabela's soon-to-be fiancé is saying across town. In the family Madrigal song, Mirabel also claims it is at least a mile, though I think the actual distance is a lot further than that. In the movie, Dolores helps the townfolk by doing what exactly? For real, there's not a single scene in this entire movie where Dolores uses her gift to do something for the community. And I don't blame her. What good does super hearing do for you? There are hardly any helpful uses to her ability, especially if transferred to our current day and age where everybody has access to a mobile phone. Not only that, but the gift is also shown to have some major setbacks as well. Not only is Dolores able to hear quiet sounds from far away, she's also annoyed or agonized by hard sounds that are close by. She's frequently shown to cover her ears from sound that nobody else seems to be bothered by. You will have to make certain adjustments to live a comfortable life, and this is confirmed by director Jared Bush, who states that Dolores' room includes a variety of soundproofing elements. And not just that, but can you imagine having to live with this gift? You will be able to hear every single rumor and gossip mentioned, and that is including the ones that concern you. No wonder this kid is such an introvert. You can hear every opinion anyone ever has about you. So why then did I put this exhausting gift over Camilo's mega cool one? Well, Dolores beats Camilo because I can think of one great application for her gift which immediately compensates for everything I just said. Espionage. Yes, I'm serious. Dolores would make for an excellent investigator. Imagine having a lead on some secret gang. You could just put Dolores on the case and everything said by your suspects will now be known to the police. Potential criminals that the police can find evidence on can be followed by just placing Dolores in the same city and she will know their every move. Contact somebody once, bam, Dolores is onto you. Crime would disappear faster than you could drop a hairpin, which you would hear too. Keep in mind that this video is purely for entertainment purposes. This is all a little dumb, but we're here to have fun. My name is Silly Billy for a reason. The final gift that I don't really see a lot of applications for in real life is, surprisingly, Luisa. Luisa is the oldest sister of Mirabel. She's a great character who cracked me up multiple times throughout the movie, especially when her powers start to leave her. Man, I loved every second of it. Luisa's power can be summarized really easily. She's super strong. Her strength seems to be near limitless. Oh, as a general note, I'm not counting the stuff that happens in the music clips as a sign of what they can do, because that would also mean, well, dancing donkeys. But even outside her rather amazing song, Luisa is shown to have incredible strength. She has no problem carrying 5 donkeys at once, and even an entire church doesn't seem to be a problem for her. For all we know, this lady is unstoppable. Besides that, Luisa seems to have no problem controlling her strength around everyday objects. People with super strength are often portrayed as having a tough time not destroying things in their regular life, but with Luisa that doesn't seem to be an issue. So why then is she only number 6? Well, I can only see so many uses for one super strong lady. I mean, being able to carry a church is unbelievably cool, but how often are you going to need to do so? Again, and I swear this will be the last person on this list, I'm struggling to find some good uses for her ability. Sure, there's the obvious stuff of transporting heavy bits. Having her as your home mover would certainly fix that issue of hauling your piano down the stairs and wondering how you even got it up there in the first place. But how often are you going to use your ability to move buildings or tilt them straight? I mean, Pisa's even paying people to keep their tower tilted. I think she's most useful as a construction worker, as she could replace a lot of forklifts, carrying trucks, or even cranes, but even then she's just one person. And meanwhile, the other 5 people on this list all have gifts that could benefit a lot more people at the same time. Number 5. We're gonna talk about Bruno. It's Bruno. Bruno is one of the triplet children of Abuela. He has the most elaborate gift out of all the Madrigal children. He can see visions of the future by performing a special ritual, and upon the completion of his vision, he will create a jade slab containing a picture of the most important detail of the epiphany he just had. His gift has the unfortunate consequence that people wrongfully assume that his predictions are his wrongdoings, and by not proclaiming them that they wouldn't come true. As such, Bruno is outcasted by the village and even some of his family members, and Bruno decides to run away from home, only for Mirabel to discover that he never physically ran away from the house, as he's hiding in secret passageways in the walls. Oh, and he's garnered such a bad reputation that saying his name is considered just as bad as saying that of Voldemort.
his name.
Talk about a bad family situation. Being able to see the future on its own is not all that useful of a gift. In fact, I suspect that if somebody would actually have visions about the future like Bruno, then they would get treated relatively similar to how he is treated in the movie. Some truths are simply easier not to be heard, and others will just be self-fulfilling prophecies. Honestly, could you imagine using this power for your own good? I would build up a little credibility, put all my money into just one tiny crypto coin, lie that you saw said coin be worth a fortune in 2 years, and watch your investment rocket to the moon! But since I said I would let personal benefits aside, seeing the future on its own is not that useful. However, there's this teeny tiny detail about Bruno's gift that makes it infinitely more useful. And that detail is the fact that his visions are not certain, but rather the future is able to look different from what foresight predicts. Some people might argue that this makes his gift even less useful, but it actually does the opposite and increases its use in saving lives. Imagine that this guy gets a vision about a plane crash. If the vision is set in stone, this will happen no matter what. You can keep it on the ground, but this will most likely still result into some sort of situation where the plane spontaneously catches fire. Trying to prevent it will open a whole can of worms of paradoxes on paradoxes that will just destroy your brain the longer you think about it. But if that future is uncertain, you just make sure that the plane never leaves the hangar. Bam, you just saved hundreds of lives. The fact that the outcome isn't 100% guaranteed means that you can alter the future. And as a final little bonus, once you're done with the prediction, you can create jewels from those jade slabs. Kicking off the top half of this list is Bruno's sister, Tia Pepa. Probably the funniest side character in this entire movie. Pepa has the ability to change the weather according to her mood and emotions. If she's happy, it's all sunshine and rainbows. Literally. But if she gets frustrated, well... Add to that this woman is not particularly emotionally stable, so a great deal of the movie she is seen with a little cloud above her head. Aw, look guys, it's Olaf! Wait, would this suggest that Olaf is secretly depressed 24/7? So, how useful is her gift really? Well, for one, Pepa would greatly benefit the tourism industry. Resorts all over the world would pay gold to ensure sunshine throughout the day. Same goes for things like open-air concerts, amusement parks, and sports games. I'm not certain if Pepa can also control the temperature. I think there's an argument to be made considering that she can make snow, but at least she can prevent heavy rainfall. That is, if she can keep her emotions under control. So what? A couple of happy tourist attractions are a better destination for a gift than being able to prevent disasters like Bruno? Lol, no! But what does make her gift better is the fact that she can also make it rain on command. Do you see where I'm going with this? This woman can put a permanent end to droughts all over the world. She can extinguish raging forest fires, rehydrate plants to prevent sad fires in the first place, and above all, solve all drink water issues in the world just by thinking about how Game of Thrones ended. I mean, what's more annoying in the world than that, right? The only thing keeping her from being higher on this list is that her gift is not something that can be activated on command. You'll always have to deal with your mood affecting the weather, whether you're in the mood or not. The other three don't seem to have any issue with this, and as such, Pepa barely misses out on a podium spot. Taking the bronze medal for most useful gift is the youngest Madrigal of the bunch, Pepa's son Antonio. Honestly, I would love this gift. I want to talk to my dog so badly.
How's your day been going? No? And you, did you catch something today? Hello?
Okay, so maybe I already do, but I would fancy if they'd respond for a change. From what we know of Antonio's gift in the short screen time he gets, he's able to communicate with any animal creature. Though I'm not sure if this power extends to more simplistic animals such as fish. It does seem to work on mammals and birds though. Antonio's not able to simply control the animals he talks to, but they seem to be more than willing to do chores for him because they like him so much. Now, this might not sound all that huge, but imagine what you could achieve with the power of animals by your side. And I don't mean in the same way that some animals are already being unknowingly used for certain activities right now. I mean, fully aware of the help that they are offering to their fellow humans. It would open up an entire new labor market. This kid could replace so many manual labor with animal labor. It's insane! Not only that, but being able to talk to animals also means that you can prevent the extinction of animal species simply by insinuating certain activities and setting the mood a little. Goodness, this is the silliest video I've ever made. Like, I was fully planning that there would be some ridiculous stuff on this channel, but I could have never imagined, well, this. Oh yeah. Before I make any more weird innuendos, let's move swiftly on to the number 2. Oh, wait, we're already at number 2? Oh, that means I should increase the tension a little bit by postponing the reveal as long as humanly possible. On the number 2 spot, we find this incredible lady. She's the Mirabel side of the family, and her name is Beautiful. Everybody clap your hands together for this moment as I'm about to reveal the character played by
2 hours later.
Give it up for Isabela! Isabela is Mirabel's older sister, and the two don't often get along. Isabela thinks of Mirabel as a clumsy screw-up, while Mirabel is often annoyed by her sister's behavior and attitude, which is expectable if you don't have a gift and your sister's gift is literally to be perfect. But I'm here to tell you that turns out Isabela isn't all that perfect as she seems. Okay, well, she still scores 2nd out of 8 on the list of superpowers, so she's nearly perfect, but not fully! Haha! Take that! Isabela's gift consists of 2 parts. On the one hand, she is considered perfect and can charm other people with her affection, and on the other hand, she's able to grow all types of flowers, and towards the end of the movie, she figures out that this also includes different types of plants such as cacti and a variety of other stuff. Let's start with that charming aspect. With her ability, she would be able to calm down people and settle disputes, since everybody appreciates what she does and says. She might even be able to convince others to tell them certain secrets or truths, which would make witness interrogations a lot easier. And if all that doesn't sound like something she would want to do, then she could always become a talk show host. But far more important than her charm ability is her ability to grow all types of plants. People, remember how I praised Pepa for being able to solve all water shortages? Isabela is literally able to solve world hunger! For real, Isabela seems to have no issue spawning hundreds, if not thousands, of fully developed plants in a matter of seconds, even on places where they would probably have a hard time growing on their own. She could rise entire crop fields out of the ground in no time. And even if we assume that she isn't able to sprout most crops, which I find highly unlikely considering the movie shows us a large variety of plant types, even outside of the video clips I said I wouldn't count, then we still know for a fact that she can grow cacti, which, wouldn't you know it, sprout edible cactus fruits or prickly pears. By the way, if you've never tried one of these bad boys, do so, they're delicious. Isabela's plants don't seem to need water, they don't seem to need space, and they don't even seem to need classical music. The only downside to her ability I can think of is the one that is kind of explored in universe by the movie already, which is the fact that everyone expects her to be perfect and that she can't just have a moment where she isn't that. But other than that, I think this is almost the best gift of them all. Almost. If you haven't figured it out by now, the best gift in this movie is that of Julieta. Guys, this woman, now bear with me, guys, can cure diseases by feeding you. There is no defined limit to what her ability can achieve. Who knows what she could do? For all we know, this woman could cure cancer and permanent injuries by just shoving a chicken wing in your mouth. She could cure diabetes by feeding you a donut. And even though all that is speculation based on what we are actually shown in the movie, the stuff we do get to see already tells us so much about this amazing gift. By feeding this guy, she can fix his broken arm. Even from the very limited cases Julieta gets to show of her ability in this movie, we can already deduce that she could save months of rehabilitation and millions, nay, trillions of savings and tax money spent on healthcare. And I suspect that she's only displaying 1% of her power here. Julieta is a literal god walking amongst men, and I would argue that even all 7 other gifts combined wouldn't weigh up to her overpowered gift. Bow, mortals! Bow for our new queen! Bow for Julieta! So there you have it, guys. My ranking of the gifts of Encanto. Do you agree with my list? Who do you think should have been higher and who should have been lower? Please consider subscribing for more of this nonsense. But thank you so much for watching. This has been Silly Billy, and remember to not talk about he who must not be named. Houdoe!